Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to WFSO Aftermath. Um, we're going to talk about a little bit of the results of Slammiversary. I don't know what I was going to say, Restiversary or something like that. Hey, that may be a new thing. But Slammiversary, probably a little bit of wrestling news. Talk about a little bit of the Bucks. And although if y'all saw the video yesterday about like how disgusted I am with these some of these referees when it came to the yesterday's game, which they should have won, but got screwed by referees. But we'll get into that, later on. But so talk about that a little bit of the Bucks and a little bit of like news that's going on in this city here, and some other news that's like kind of find out like after a little bit after Slammiversary happened. So I did see most of Slammiversary last night, but I missed the ending of the tag team match. That's the only match that I missed was the ending of it because the where I was watching that you just couldn't like get a good feed or whatever. It was just like in and out. So yeah, so let me just look for results. Um there we go, Slammiversary results. Four out of five titles had changed hands, as far as I know. So yeah, multiple titles. Yeah, they did change hands, especially with the pre-show. With they did show the highlights of that. I didn't see that, but so we're gonna talk about that in a sec. But I'm just glad there was at least one title that did not change hands that I didn't wanted to change hands. So let's see if I got any of these matches right or wrong. Um, you got the countdown to Slammiversary matches that going on. Then you got Jody Threat and the Death Doll versus Gazelle Shaw, Samantha Evans, and Jai Votto. Hopefully I said it right. Um, I'm just gonna. Oh yeah, they did win. Okay, so I think I was. I think I was wrong on that one. Yeah, I was wrong on that one. So Jody Threat and the Death Dolls did win. So I wasn't gonna be upset if they won either way. So, because like I said, most of these matches can go either way. Digital Media Championship, Joe Hendry versus Kenny King. Only saw like the ending of that match. A little bit of interference by I think his name is Shelby Jean. I think that's what his name is. That was with Kenny King. Did like a little bit of interference and hold King's feet. Sheldon Jean. Okay, that's what it is. Sheldon Jean. So Sheldon, Sheldon Jean hold it King feet for the count on the ropes. One, two, three. And now your winner and new digital media champion, Kenny King. Um, I think this is the first title he won ever since his return a year or two ago. But yeah, I was wrong about that match too. So I'm glad they kind of changed it around and just made it a little bit different out of that. So I'm glad about that. So that's one title change hands. Six-way Ultimate X match. You got Kushida, Mike Bailey, Jonathan Gresham, Alan Angels, Kevin Knight, and the surprising return of Jake something. So yeah, this was a little bit of surprise of him returning and not saying anything bad, but it's like Let me get rid of that video that's on there. But ooh, kind of made it interesting. And I said Angels was gonna win it, just so you know, something for the design, to do something. But fortunately, that didn't happen. And Kushida ended up winning Ultimate X, so he has a number one contendership match with whoever the X Division champ is going to be, either Chris Sabin or Leo Rush. So we know we're going to get to that later on. Knockouts tag titles. The the Covenant versus Slamovich and Kelly. This match, it was something else, and it kind of ended pretty quick. It's like mainly they just dominated. Um, Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly did win the match and are new Knockouts Tag Champions. So now the question gonna be with these two, who gonna stop them? Probably the only thing they can do is stop each other. So yeah, this is gonna the tag team division for the Knockouts is gonna be interesting. So we see how that goes. So as y'all see on here, Bully Ray, and y'all saw like Diener join in with Bully Ray for the tag match. Scott Demore, who knew who he was going to bring. I thought PCO was going to return, but no, it ended up none other than Eric Young. Um, and I know why some people like why we didn't see him in a while, because he was with WWE, and I don't know what he was going to be doing. Like he was going to be wrestling or anything like that, but we'll talk about the news about Eric Young in a minute, and how he now ended up back with Impact Wrestling. So we'll talk about that. So a little bit of Team Canada reunion they have, and it was a good match. I thought the Ultimate X would be like kind of like it was that over. I said the tag team, the men's tag team title match was going to be the match of the night. No, this match was match of the night in my opinion. Eric Young and Scott Demore did win the match. Um, it was just the match was just insane. Like it was just cool. So all pretty cool. X Division Championship match: Chris Sabin and Leo Rush. Rush out of the gate, keep on attacking on Chris Sabin, even before the match has started, and yeah, so it's just like he was kind of like so dominant in this match. He ended up being the new X Division champ. So Leo Rush, the new X Division champ. Um, World Tag Team Title match. For Ace and Bay Club versus Moose and Brian Myers versus Sammy Callahan and Rick Swan versus Subculture. I think it was the title change on this one. I thought ABC was going to retain, but kind of same thing I said with the X Division match. I thought Chris Sabin was going to retain, but Leo Rush and win. So I was wrong about that one. And let's see, I could be wrong on this one too. And oh wow, like I said, I only saw I didn't see the last minute of the match, so I'm surprised, but not surprised at the same time. Subculture end up winning and are the new tag team champs. And they just got started with Impact not too long ago. So it was kind of good, to build them up. So yeah, pretty cool. So I was wrong about that match too. Eddie Edwards versus Frankie Kazarian. I thought Frankie Kazarian was going to win, but he didn't. And it seems like, Tracy Bush tried, to handle Alicia Edwards and stuff, but I think it just wasn't enough. Like Alicia was interfering, like all. like almost most of this match, in my opinion. So match ended, and Eddie Edwards did win the match. So I was wrong about that one too. Knockouts World title match. Deanna Purrazzo versus Trinity. Decent match, and Trinity did is the new Knockouts champion, and she made Deanna Purrazzo tapped out for the first time in her Impact career. So she did the Starstruck submission, and that was that. So I thought she was gonna end up beating her with a pinfall, but I didn't think she was gonna beat her with a submission. So I guess that was something I guess they wanted to do a little bit differently and put a little bit of history into that. So yeah, Trendy's first Knockouts titles win. So yeah, and main event. Before we go on talking about this, they do have two pay-per-view events that's going to be going on next month. So they got the one with New Japan Pro Wrestling. I forgot what I don't forgot what it's called, but I think it's Multi Universe of Madness or something like that. So that's gonna be like mid next month. Then you got Emergence that's gonna be in Toronto. That's late next month. So yeah, they got two events going on in that month. Um, they did announce a match already for Emergence. So they got Tanahashi and Mike Bailey versus Leo Rush and Trey Miguel. Oh, for Multi Universe United 2. Sorry. That's that match. But they got IWGP World Champion Sonata will appear at Emergence. So yeah, two events in a month. So shouldn't be surprised. So there's WWE has done it. Well, we will talk about WWE in a minute. So they done two pay per views in a month, so why not have another company do two pay per views in a month? So why not? So main event: Alice Shelley versus Nick Aldis. I was hoping Alice Shelley did retain, and only because I think it was too soon for Nick Aldis to go get it and win just like that. And plus, Alice Shelley only hold the title for like a month. Kind of said that I said on Chris Sabin, which he lost the title, only hold it for like a month. So good match, and yes, it's a good match all around. Ali Shelley did retain the world title, so which is good. And I wanted him to retain. So I'm like, have him hold it like a little bit longer or something. So while Alex Shelley was celebrating, Josh Alexander come out. He only like grabbed the mic just to say I'm back. So he's coming back for the title that he never lost. So that might set up something for them against each other at Emergence, or who knows how they're going to happen. But we'll see soon enough. Um, let's see. That's it for Impact Slammiversary results. But they got I think it's like in a couple of weeks' time. They got they're gonna do like a bunch of Impact episodes in Chicago. I think it's the 20, 26th and 27th, I believe. So I could be wrong on the dates, but I know it's like the final weekend of this month. So that'll be something like to see like what's gonna happen between now and Emergence, or they might do the match on, maybe they'll do the match on Multiverse United. Who knows? Um, well, I was gonna talk about some WWE news. From Well, I found out from sources over the weekend, but I kind of figured it was going to be coming, but I didn't.
Sauces? Marinara, Alfredo.
That's Hazel, everybody. Ooh, excuse me. So, what's going to happen with WWE is that they have to do one more pay per view in Saudi Arabia. So I guess some of us would be thinking it'll probably will be like maybe sometime in October. So that's not the case. So most likely it will be the first Saturday of November, November 4th, which that match will happen. Well, that pay per view, well PLE event will happen. That's what I should say. So they'll be back in Saudi Arabia for one more time. Which means that they're probably gonna fly like Thursday or Friday up to Saudi Arabia, which kind of means, but it's not confirmed, but I think it is, but
It's kind of.
yeah, kind of confirmed that the SmackDown that's gonna be here in Milwaukee will host like two episodes of SmackDown. The one that's gonna be live and the other one the day before Crown Jewel, which will be pre-recorded. So that's a good thing. That's good news for like, because I was thinking like, when would Milwaukee would have something like that? Have like back to back like shows like happen like that in the week period or something like that.
It takes a while for it to get around to us.
Well, that's true, but like a lot of stuff that's going on here and from this year, next year, and all that stuff. So all the stuff that's going on, and like everybody just want to maybe do some business with Milwaukee. So that's good. So hopefully with all this with WWE, maybe we'll get a pay per view or one of the big pay per views. Who knows? It could be interesting. But because I know I was hoping earlier that if Survivor Series is gonna be in Chicago, then we may have um a show either before or after. But no, it's a month before. So ain't nothing wrong with that. So a lot of big things coming up here in Milwaukee, and that's a good thing. And I will like add some more stuff. Like I gotta say, I turned on the TV this morning, and our mayor was on there. Well, to talk about a lot of stuff going on with the expansion of the convention center be opening in May of next year, and I guess like the guy that was talking to him wanted to know like, did you hear from anything else like what's going to be going on here in the city, like events and stuff? Okay, so he was saying like, of course, with the Harley thing going on, of course, we had Summerfest here like every summer. Um, Now the Harley thing is going to be like every year starting, this year. So that's a cool thing to have. We got the Republican National Convention going on next year. Um, Possible All Star game maybe in 2025 or 2026. But the interesting thing that I like that he mentioned that WWE showed some interest on maybe hosting like a big event here in Milwaukee. So the last time we had a pay per view was like either 2017 or 2018, which was kind of ridiculous. So hopefully, we get like a big event here, like something different. Like maybe we get like a September pay per view, October pay per view, or maybe we get Survivor Series or WrestleMania. Maybe I don't know. Is one of the cards. So that was it for like the guy was talking to the mayor of this city. So got me interested, and hopefully, it'll be something big and stuff like that. Um, AEW had Collision and Battle of the Belts last night too. Excuse me. And that AEW tag team title match between Jay White, Juice Robinson, and FTR. Oh my god, I thought it was just like I didn't know it was like 2 out of 3 falls, but that match lasted from the beginning of the show and the total of minutes. I think it was like an hour and 5 minutes for that match. And some people calling it AEW's match of the year candidate or overall match of the year candidate. You never know, but the match was good. And I would just say it's possible that it could be a match of the year candidate. I'm just saying it's possible. Like, ain't no hate, ain't no hating on AEW or anything like that. But I just decided, might as well watch Collision for one time since me my first time seeing it. So saw it, and yeah, the match was pretty good. And of course, they had a couple of the finals of the Owen Hart tournament with Willow Nightingale and Ruby Soho. Willow Nightingale did win and won the Owen Hart tournament, the cup and belt. Then you have the House of Black just wrestling like who knows who those people are. Then you had a main event for the men's Owen Hart Cup tournament. Yeah, CM Punk and Ricky Starks, and you got a lot of people that was like booing Ricky Starks. So I was like, afterwards, not booing him afterwards, like the way he was acting when he won and took the trophy. But I meant to say it was like 50-50 with the crowds with CM Punk. Half the people liked him and half the people like was just booing him and made like picture boards of him, just like calling them names and stuff. So yeah, that's crazy. Um, then after that, although Ricky Starks did cheat to win, but I'm glad it was somebody new that won the that tournament. I forgot who won it last year. I know Ruby Soho was close last year and this year and didn't get to win it. So yeah, cool. Um, let's see. We're just gonna see if there's any like yeah, and Justin Thunder Light Liger was there like to present the trophy, and Ricky Starks just like took it from him. So which is kind of crazy, but yeah. Um, the Battle of the Belts they had started with. I think they started with Orange Cassidy versus Lance Archer for the international title. They started with that. Orange Cassidy won by countout and retained the title. So kind of weird, and like it looked like he was like against all odds, and yeah, he was really against all odds on that, and actually won. You had the women's title match, which was kind of weird because they didn't show the conclusion of it because of bad weather in Canada. Since it seems like you know Impact Wrestling and AEW, they was all like on Canada yesterday, so I know like portions of that in Canada was busy. um, yeah, they didn't show the conclusion of the match, but they showed it right after the main event, which was I think it was the world title was now on the line. It was the TBS title wasn't on the line. I'm trying to think what other titles they had. Oh yeah, the TNT Championship with Luchasaurus. We're going against Perfect 10 Sean Spears. That was a good match as well, and I like the opening of like the entrance of Sean Spears with the mask and with the eyes. So I thought that was pretty cool. Um, although with the interference of Christian Cage, I should say, um, Sean Spears didn't win it. Most likely, Luchasaurus did win that match and retain the TNT championship, while Christian over there holding it like he won it or like it's his. So of course, people, I know some people were thinking that's like kind of odd. And after the celebration with that, they did show the conclusion of the AEW Women's Championship match. Interference of Ruby Soho. Tanya Valkyrie did lose to Tony Storm, and Tony Storm did retain the tag titles. So yeah, crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, oh, and Balcony signs a long-term deal with AEW following his Collision appearance. They probably just like what he did, so good for him. Um, I think I'm no, I'm not. Oh, so they did tape. Okay, they did tape. Ring of Honor for. Oh, the taping took place in AEW's Collision and Battle of the Belts. So probably this one they probably gonna show next Thursday, well this coming Thursday, because with Dynamite they got the blood and guts match with the two cages and stuff like that. So they got that going on. So they probably just not gonna do the show whatever, and you're gonna got two rings. So I guess it was a smart move for them to do that. But um trying to think, is there anything that can we can talk about wrestling wise, but I don't see like much like to really talk about except for the few things that I mentioned.
I'm still the maddest memory heavyweight champion.
And that's all.
And the undefeated 24/7 champion. That belt was retired with me as champion. You can't even argue with that.
No, I cannot. Because every time somebody try to pin you, everybody's, and it seems like every time somebody try to pin you, you just like, no, no, no.
Hey, I still beat everybody. I got you. They said we could get it at any moment.
And that's true.
And I did.
Yeah, that's true. Um, yeah, it really ain't, much to talk about. So what we're gonna do is talk about a little bit of the Bucks. And although I'll just put this right here in a bit. We're gonna talk about a little bit of the Bucks, and of course we're gonna talk about a little bit of WrestleCon that's in Detroit that I found out last week that they was gonna do that. But we'll explain about that in a minute. But the Bucks game yesterday really got me upset because like it was their game to take, and they was hustling their butts off. It's like they should have won this game, but the calls and just the ref calls and making like stupid calls and saying that this happened. It was just ridiculous. Like, what does the Bucks have to do, to not get some of these bogus call against them? we already had, the screw job in the playoffs of 2001, but it didn't happen. With the 2021 run that they had winning the championship. Maybe hopefully we get there this year, especially with the two rules that they added. One is like the challenge thing. Like if they have a successful challenge the first time, they will get a second. And also they said that flopping will not be allowed too. So if they catch anybody flopping, it would be a technical, and the team get a shoot, and the other team gets to shoot a free throw. So I'm glad about the flopping. It's just been crazy for this. I'll just say this past decade, and I'm just glad they finally now just going to stop it. So I'm glad that they're doing that. So we won't be dealing with none of this BS with the flopping and all that stuff. And I know there's another things that need to look at. It's the charge calls, because with Kevin Love was doing like these, all just step in front of somebody and just when they call it a charge and they don't call offensive foul on that. No, they call not offensive foul, but a defensive foul, and that nearly hurted Giannis. And it was another player that did it too that was nearly hurt by that. It's just ridiculous. So there are a few more calls they really need to look into. So hopefully over this coming season, I should say, that they look into that and try to see what they can do. You know what I mean? Um. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but or the last time we did when we did the aftermath and after dark crossover, that they're going to do a in-season tournament. The wins and losses of what happened in that tournament during November will count on your season record, which is kind of cool. And we'll see. I think they separated, like the teams based on the playoff from this past season and this past playoffs. So they based it off on that. And it seems like we got a good chance, except for, we also have Miami that's in there too. So that's the only team that I'm really concerned about, well, especially with the refs and stuff. So just put it that way. So the semifinals and finals will be in December 7th and 9th in Vegas. So whoever wins this will be the first time ever they win this in season tournament cup. The WNBA is already doing this, and I guessing that this is the only way that they decided to try and see, because they say everybody else do it. WNBA has does it. Why not the NBA? Me personally, I'm not in favor of this in season tournament because they got the playoffs and all that, and they already added the play-in tournament to get in the seventh and the eighth seed. Like they got that going on. I was for that. Um, but this in-season tournament right now, I'm not interested in. I'm not liking it. But if if me watching it when it starts in November, it may change my mind. So you never know that if if it's gonna win me over. So right now, I don't know. We was I heard that. So if it win me over, it'll be something. So But yeah, we'll see. Um, that's probably a little bit of Bucks news. What I'm going to talk about now is WrestleCon that's going to be in Detroit during SummerSlam weekend, that Friday and Saturday. Um, like I said, the tickets to get in the WrestleCon are very cheap, like $10. So I might just end up. Oh, okay, let's talk about Bradley Bill, but not much. For you know, it'd be good to see is like that weekend SummerSlam, but it'll take like during the day and all that stuff. But let me show you like the guests that they got so far. And it was a guest that they added. They kind of added this. They must have added it over the weekend. You got Sting, got Nails. If y'all don't recognize him from WWE or WWF at the time, um, got Bret Hart there for both nights. And this team they added over the weekend, the Acclaim, Friday and Saturday. Brandy Rhodes, the Boogeyman, the Hardy Boys will be there. Honky Tonk Man, Urban R. Shyster will be there. Les Luger. They added Kevin Nash the last minute.
Kevin Nash is freaking everywhere.
I
Don't make another Magic Mike.
thought Magic Mike was over with.
So they said that after the second one. Then they made that atrocity as
I still got to watch that one to see how it is. Well, it's on Max, so just got to remember to watch it. Okay, they also have Ron Simmons. They got Sergeant Slaughter, Ted DiBiase, the Million Dollar Man, Tony Schiavone, and Detroit's own Zach Gower. Well, then Kevin Nash is from Detroit too, so I guess that does kind of make sense. Um, Only a few of them got like advanced ordering, like you can do like a pre-order. I think that's Sting, Brandy, and I think that's pretty much it for now. I didn't check all of them, but yeah, only Brandy and Sting is not going to have a Friday appearance. Oh, and Tony Schiavone will not have a Saturday appearance. But then again, they got collisions, and he's got to be there for that. So there are a few people I'm interested in, but some of them I can't even pre-order. So like one of the people I want to meet is like I already met one half the Acclaim, but I at least want to meet like both of them. So that's probably the only one I'll go for. Otherwise, there's some of the legends or Boogeyman I may go for too. Who knows? So yeah, so it's gonna be one crazy busy weekend for that. Then had that like in the morning, and you have SummerSlam. And I gotta remember like their clocks are ahead. Then well, Detroit time is ahead of Milwaukee's because they still in like in the eastern part, and Milwaukee's in the central. So yeah, I gotta really watch my time there. But it'll be interesting to see, and hopefully it'll be a fun experience for me to go. But yeah, it should be fun. Um, I'm trying to think, is there anything else to mention? Um, no, not none near it. Oh yeah, I did gotta talk about how Eric Young ended up managed to released from WWE and they're wrestling in Impact Wrestling. At first, we thought that it was like a one-time thing, like just for business sake, but because WWE and Impact Wrestling got like a business relationships they have for like the past decade. So this wouldn't be nothing new when I was shocked to see him. But the real story is that it was like he went back to WWE last year and thought he was gonna be working with, Triple H and stuff like that. Then, Vince McMahon whining and complaining and got his spot back. So Eric Young don't want to work with Vince McMahon because he's not gonna push him or anything at all. So Eric Young asked for his release in April, and he got his release, and 90 day his 90 day no event venue or whatever, like the no calls that they have on these people's contract for 90 days. His was up last week, so they must have really worked on something quickly and got him. So Eric Young is there, and we'll see what happens with that. And plus, he got killed in the storyline by Cody Deaner. So I don't know how this all gonna work. So I guess we're gonna see on Impact Wrestling in weeks and the days to come. Um, Also, like I said, there's a lot going on in Chicago. You have, like I said, in the end of the final weekend of this month, they have Chicago Heat, which they do all the take like most of the episodes of Impact Wrestling. They have that. Um, I think they got NWA, or they came already in July. But I think that, oh yeah, September they got AEW, with like AEW coming in at end of the month and beginning of the month with the All In pay-per-view at the United Center, and the Now Center will host Impact and not Impact, but AEW Dynamite and Rampage. While United Center will host the AEW Collision, and they will have the All Out pay per view. All In will be in London the week before that. So they got that going on in Chicago, and also Chicago. Not only one big pay per view they got, they're gonna have another one in Bound for Glory. So they're gonna have that. Then they're gonna have a Fallout to like record a couple of other episodes of Impact Wrestling while they're down there in Chicago. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and plus, don't forget, they got Survivor Series and SmackDown the day before in November. I guess it's basically they saying it could be after Thanksgiving. So you know what? I will pull out my calendar, but I can't. So they say Survivor Series is take. Normally they do Survivor Series before Thanksgiving weekend, but some people saying that's like after Thanksgiving. So who knows? We'll mention it next week, and or when when it's close to the time, just talk about it then. But we'll see. Um, I'm thinking that's pretty much it to talk about. Thank you guys on Twitch for watching live with us. Thank you guys that's on watching on the podcast. You can look for Wrestling Fan Speak Out on Spotify podcast or any other podcast that you can get it from. And thank you guys for watching on YouTube. Um, and don't mind these fireworks. Some people still firing off fireworks like it's still like 4th of July. So yeah, crazy. Um, thank our sponsors, Art from the Heart. look for the drawings that Mike has for like from animation to comic books and video games. So get a chance to check his page out on Facebook. Moving dudes, you're in Wisconsin, trying to stay within Wisconsin, like you want to move to another city or another county or something like that, they will help you with that. So get hold of LaShawn and call this number 414-807-4299. I know he's going to try to expand in Florida, so we'll see how that goes. Um, and if you guys on YouTube like this video, please give it a like. Um, if check out our past content. So if you like pro wrestling and also Milwaukee Bucks news and stuff like that, you will like this channel. So check out our past content. Also subscribe to the channel. So we getting like we was gaining like a lot of subscribers, I should say, lately, and it's been good. So we're just hopefully we trying to get more. Um, One more thing before I let you go. I was supposed to do, the showing you around like parts of downtown, like with the Deer District, the Wisconsin Center District, well, the Wisconsin District, and also the Iron District as well. So I'm gonna put that on here sometime in the weekend. So watch out for that. I probably will mention it next week as well. So if you get a chance, just stay tuned for that. Um, and please, you guys on Twitch, please follow us. We need more followers. And I know I haven't been posting that much lately, but I will soon enough. Like post more than I should. So just stay tuned for that. So until the next video and the next podcast will be probably will be end up being for the podcast will be Tuesday with WFSO After Dark. Probably the next time I will be on here on YouTube will be whenever news and stuff come out, or we'll hear something for like about the Bucks or like wrestling news. We'll post that on, and just whatever happens in between that time and next Sunday, we'll see. Um, I'm Artrell, and thank y'all for listening. Until next time, you guys have a good night or whatever time you're watching this. So, peace out.